So, I just came back from watching the newest Clone Wars episode, and I was blown away. Like, I'm honestly gonna have to restrain myself from making this a full-blown breakdown video instead of just a review, because there is so much stuff to dig into there and to discuss. But of course, this video will contain spoilers, and with that said, I can't contain myself any longer. I need to talk about this. So when Disney said that this Clone Wars episode was gonna be the best one, I was honestly a little skeptical, because that's a very bold statement to make. But if I'm being honest here, this is probably the best Clone Wars episode ever. I mean, there is just so much stuff to dig into here, and in my review for the last Clone Wars episode, I said that that episode tied in perfectly with Revenge of the Sith. Well, this episode is Revenge of the Sith. It literally takes place during the events of that movie, and we have multiple confirmations of this in the episode. And I would not be surprised if the next episode after this one literally has Order 66 in it. But with that said, let's get on with the review of the newest Clone Wars episode, The Phantom Apprentice. One of the reasons I said this was the best Clone Wars episode is because of Maul. It is so fun watching all of Maul's predictions about how, the galaxy will burn and how Sidious will reign over it, because we know that he is right. Like, what he's predicting is actually technically happening as he's speaking. Palpatine is rising to power, and he is basically taking over. So many of the stuff Maul says throughout the entirety of this episode are just so interesting. Like, at the very beginning, when he's talking to Ahsoka and then all the clones come to save her, he says, "Not yet." And when I hear this, I have two thoughts come to mind. Number one being that he realizes that it is not yet the right time to offer his hand to Ahsoka, that she might, help him defeat Sidious. And when I hear him say that, it also makes me wonder if he's referring to Order 66, because when he sees the clones helping Ahsoka, that obviously makes it clear that that order hasn't been executed yet. But does he know about it? I mean, it would make sense for Darth Maul to know about Order 66 because he seems to know a lot about Palpatine's big, grand plan to destroy the Jedi and the Republic based off of that one dream or vision we're always being told he had about Palpatine's rise to power. But besides the dialogue, I also really liked the fight scenes, because those were actually some of the best parts of this episode, and they took place in the best settings. Like that scene where the two Mandalorians are fighting on top of an elevator. I don't know about you, but that scene really gave me Revenge of the Sith vibes. Throughout this episode, I always felt like the stakes were kind of low because I'd already seen Star Wars Rebels, and I know that both Ahsoka and Maul survived past the rise of the Empire, but this episode really did exert my expectations a lot. Like when Maul is offering his hand to Ahsoka and then she agrees to help him, I was like, hold up, you can't do that. But then it turns out Ahsoka didn't actually want to join Maul, so yay! But dang it, at the end of this episode, it ends with another cliffhanger. I don't know how many more of these I can take. The season as a whole is probably not going to end on a happy note, so can we at least have one episode with a happy ending? But no, this episode ends with Darth Maul screaming bloody murder about Sidious, and I'm left to wonder, well, what's going to happen to him? What's going to happen to the rest of the Mandalorians that obeyed him? I mean, I have so many questions for the next episode. And while it might seem like a happy ending at first glance, what with the clones capturing Maul and all, let me just tell you, it is not a happy ending, because Maul is surely going to come back, or an even bigger threat like Sidious is gonna come, but I honestly have no clue what's gonna happen next. It is just such a cliffhanger, and I seriously cannot wait for the next episode. Well, with that said, I think that basically closes the review. Oh man, there is still so much stuff I want to talk about. Like the Dryden Voss cameo, but, you know, I can't make this video go on for too much longer, so I think I have to end this video. But in conclusion, did I like this episode? Definitely. Did it have the beautiful new Grievous design? Not really, but Obi-Wan said his name, so that's good enough for me.
I'm being sent to hunt down General Grievous on Utapau.
But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.